This week on Silver Screen,
College Fair, Constitution Day, and play auditions.
Good afternoon, today is Friday, September 19th, and your Silver Screen Report starts now. Each year, representatives from various colleges and universities travel to high schools around the state to share information with juniors and seniors.
Lacey Jeter was there last Friday when the fair stopped at Dutch Fork.
Getting into college is the #1 priority for many juniors and seniors. The college fair can help students decide where they want to go.
I'm looking at the Citadel, I'm looking at California Technical Institute and Midlands Technical.
As an admissions counselor at these events, we definitely inform students of the programs that not just our institution offers, but what other institutions offer. At the end of the day, we want to just provide different avenues and opportunities for students to get an education.
At the college fair, colleges provide information and brochures to students to help inform them on the opportunities and majors that they offer.
I would say just to get more schools involved. More schools mean more opportunities for students, and exposure is very, very needed.
Some things that help them are the brochures and everything, like something that Clemson has, USC may not have, and Auburn may have something that neither of those schools have. And
most schools don't actually get the chance to look at colleges and get to interact with people who are, from the college and, actually do stuff with it. So it just gives them an opportunity that most students don't even have.
College fairs can also help inform students on their dream schools.
I'm looking at it because I want to major in mechanical engineering, and Citadel just got their new mechanical engineering program, so I'm just trying to explore that as well and try to find out how it's going to be.
Students, make sure you enjoy your time in high school, but definitely take advantage of the resources that are available, because once you graduate from high school, it's a world out there, and I think going to college would be a great first step.
This has been Lacey Jeter with your Silver Screen Report.
Hey Jamie, did you know that Wednesday was Constitution Day?
Yeah, this week we take a look at the reason for the celebration.
218 years after the signing of the Constitution, Congress mandated that all schools have instruction about the Constitution.
In South Carolina, we dedicate part of our school day every September 17th to studying the Constitution.
Constitution is important because it helped unify the United States of America.
With the addition of the Bill of Rights, the Constitution was finally ratified 2 years after it was signed.
It's important to study the Constitution because in a democracy, we need informed citizens in order to make everything work really well.
It just makes us more aware of all the rules and stuff that we need to follow, and how we're protected, and it will help us be more safe.
This has been Maddie Mason with your Silver Screen Report. For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students what their favorite amendment to the Constitution is.
The right to bear arms, because if we didn't have the right to bear arms, we couldn't go hunting or anything, and that'd just be a shame.
Freedom of religion, because everyone can worship who they want to worship without being penalized.
Freedom of speech, and it's important to me because I think you should be able to say what you want to say within reason.
Bill of Rights, basically because it defends my individual freedoms and rights as a human being, and stops the government from trying to encroach and take away these rights.
Auditions for Shakespeare A Midsummer Night's Dream begin Monday. Malik Walker takes center stage.
New drama teacher Jessica Fichter is holding auditions for A Midsummer Night's Dream. Majority of the students have plans to audition for the show.
They're all practicing really hard in drama, and they've been stressing out over it, but basically everyone in Theater 4 and 5 is going to be participating in one way or another. Either they're going to be actually in it or doing tech or sound or something like that.
I know that it's Shakespeare and that the script is free, that's why the school really wants to do it. It's comedy, so it's funny. So if you like funny things, you should go see it.
I'm auditioning for it because I've liked doing acting for a long time, and last year I was too busy with after school stuff and working to be able to do it, and this year I'm actually free, so I'm going to try and be a lot more involved with the drama program. I think a lot of people, seeing as it's supposed to be a comedy, I believe, I think a lot of people actually do really well with it, because this year we have a lot of good actors and actresses, so I believe it'll end up being really well done, and a lot of people I think will really like it.
I'm really excited. Right now we have over 35 people signed up, which is great. And I think we have another like 10 people signed up for tech, which is really great. And I'm hoping that there'll be even more people signed up. I just am really excited to see what people come with. And it's a really funny play with lots of parts. So I can't wait to kind of see what happens casting wise and where we end up. But I'm excited about the numbers and I hope that more people come.
Even though Mrs. Victor is new to the Dutch Fork High School family, students find her to be engaging and a great asset.
We got Miss Victor here. I think she's going to kind of carry drama to do a lot better over the next years.
I know it's going to be great. I mean, Miss Victor is the director and she's going to do excellent.
I really am loving it here. You know, I came from the middle school, so it's been really neat to see a lot of my students a little bit grown up and how they're doing now. And it's been a really easy transition for me, actually. I really enjoy it. I can do a lot more advanced things than I was able to do before, and I really enjoy kind of getting into some of the deeper acting methodology and theories and those kind of things.
Auditions will be held in room 102 on Monday and Wednesday, right after school.
You should come out and see every play that we do this year because it's going to be awesome and epic.
This has been Malik Walker with your Silver Screen Report.
3D Art Studio students recently had their artwork publicly displayed. Ariana Mount checks it out.
Art teacher Blakely Sheely assigned a project that strayed away from the typical medium and incorporated books into art.
We gathered books from the library, discarded books that were either like out of print or they were no longer relevant or just too old to even try to read through anymore.
It's a project based on books, and you create a design that's symmetrical and basically just flows through the whole book, which creates, you know, good aesthetics.
I think the purpose of this project was just to use different media that we're not used to using. We usually use like clay and stuff, but instead we were using paper and books.
Well, I think it's really interesting that they chose to use books that were recycled, that had had a previous life. I think it's a really cool way to like make do recycling and turn it into art.
The finished products of these projects are now displayed in the Ballantine Richland Library.
Students' works were all so different. Like some people worked in like, you know, very much the kind of confines of the book itself, and then some folks kind of like broke the boundaries of the forms of the book, and it was like protruding from the surface. Just so much variety.
My project was a bigger book, and it kind of had a lot of loops and like multiple hearts around it.
Mine was based off of a spider. Originally it was supposed to have little legs on it, but I recreated it so it didn't have legs in it. It kind of has fangs now.
The overall reaction of the project was positive to not only the class, but the community.
Overall, it was a successful project. I think they learned a lot from the project. They feel pride because the piece is on display.
We actually have gotten a lot of really good compliments. We had a community meeting, a couple community meetings in here last week, and we actually had Nathan Ballantine, who's the local representative, and Mr. Malinowski, who is on county council. They were both here, and they both were very complimentary on the art.
From the Richland Library in Ballantine, this has been Ariana Mount for your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is prowess, a noun meaning extraordinary ability.
Last Friday, the football team had its first home game against Boiling Springs, and the fans got a look at the new Foxy too. Sam Aaron makes a touchdown.
Cheers echoed throughout the stands as the Silver Foxes celebrated their landslide victory over Boiling Springs with a final score of 60-24. The new Foxy mascot made its first appearance at the game.
We played a pretty good first quarter. The first 9 or 10 minutes were pretty awesome, offensively, defensively, and kicking game.
I think we did very good. Matt running crazy. Defense, 3 turnovers with 2 fumbles and an interception. And the student section helped us a lot, especially when it come down to 4th downs and stuff.
I thought that it was a really good game, that everyone really played well, and I was really excited that we won. And the student section was really hype.
The team's previous performance in Allen, Texas, along with an easy victory over Boiling Springs, may lead to what professional sports analyst Jim Baxter calls a Dutch Fork dynasty.
I've never before seen a loss, help you build confidence. But in this case, Allen was a great team. They've got 8, 9, or 10 Division I prospects, guys that will be going to play at places like Texas, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. So they've got a great program. They've got a dynasty going.
Allen definitely did motivate us to win this game because we were running a lot in practice, but the coaches were hard on us in practice, and we did pretty good.
We're a work in progress. We still got guys we've got to develop to, to compete at the high level that we want. We're a long way from a dynasty, but we're getting better. We're moving to the top of the heap in South Carolina. I'd like us to be recognized nationally. I'd like us to dominate South Carolina and be able to compete on a national schedule at some point.
Playing at home was a huge advantage for the players, who had the support of the student section.
I thought the environment was really good because everyone in the student section was hyped and they really encouraged the team and they were exciting.
Playing at home in Dutch Fort, so it's a cool experience. A lot of fans and all the family members there coming out. And being loud, it's probably one of the loudest places ever, and we have the best student section in the world.
This has been Sam Aaron for your Silver Screen Report.
And now for some announcements.
This spring break, the Social Studies Department is traveling to Central Europe. There are still a few spaces available. If you're interested, come to room 226 on Monday at 6:30 p.m. See Mr. Cox in room 226 for trip prerequisites.
Alec is still in need of tutors. If you're interested, come see Mr. McGee in room 109.
PTSO is selling spirit gear on Tuesdays during all lunches.
Did you really enjoy and do well in AP Human Geography? Do you keep up with current events? If so, please consider participating in the Academic World Quest. The first meeting will be next Wednesday after school in room 216. See Mr. Clem with questions.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Friday. Did you know that Wednesday was coming? Shut up.
Okay.
Just be like, this
Yeah.
Just like,
That's my smiling face. You in there? Show Europe. There are still a few They spring bake. See Mr. Cox in room 226 for the prerequisites.